Part 1. Paradigms and Principles. Inside Out. Stephen, a successful leader, and his wife Sandra struggled with personal congruency and relationships. They tried to help their son, but their efforts were ineffective. Stephen studied communication and perception for IBM and realized the importance of changing our perception of the world. He discovered that success literature focused on character ethic and personality ethic and found that the former focused on human interaction and character traits. Stephen and Sandra realized that their perception of their son was more important than their son's welfare. They realized that their own character and perception of their son were rooted in their own judgments and were not in sync with their values. They decided to let their son's personality emerge and enjoyed him instead of judging and comparing him. They stopped manipulating their son and saw him as adequate to cope with his life. After months, their son began to blossom, achieving numerous accomplishments and accolades, and they believed that this blossoming event was an expression of his feelings about himself. Stephen emphasizes the importance of understanding our paradigms and their powers in order to achieve success. He argues that personality ethics are secondary traits, not primary traits, and that without a fundamental character, life will push true motives to the surface. He compares this to cramming school, where one can achieve good grades without paying the price. He also emphasizes the importance of trust in relationships, as it is based on a person's character rather than their actions or words. He suggests that changing attitudes and behaviors will not be beneficial in the long run if we don't know where our paradigms come from. He explains that paradigm shifts can bring both positive and negative changes to our world, as they are the root of our attitudes and behaviors that ultimately determine our relationships with others. Stephen and Sandra experienced a paradigm shift when a man with his children entered a subway car, causing chaos and disruption. Stephen's perspective changed, and he felt a sense of empathy for the man's pain. This shift was gradual and difficult, but it was necessary for their personal growth and development. Stephen emphasized that paradigms are inseparable from our character, and what we see influences what we are. The principle-centered paradigm, as he explained, is based on natural laws that yield human effectiveness. These principles, such as fairness, integrity, honesty, and human dignity, are the foundation of all major enduring religions, ethical systems, and social philosophies. Stephen introduced the principles of growth and change, emphasizing that each step is important and takes time. Personality ethic, which promotes growth without effort, is deceptive and defies nature. Violating, ignoring, or taking shortcuts on the development process is impossible and will only yield disappointment and frustration. By aligning our paradigms with these principles, we can achieve lasting success and happiness. Stephen reflects on his past violations of the principle of sharing, highlighting his own experience of forcing his daughter to share toys due to his lower level of emotional maturity. He learned that children can share naturally after feeling a sense of possession and wisdom. Stephen also emphasizes the importance of understanding our personality ethic and how it affects our paradigm and solutions to problems. He suggests that we must shift our paradigm to a deeper level, focusing on principles and character ethic, to solve deep problems. By starting with ourselves from the most inside, we can recognize and surface the principles already present in our conscience and common sense, ultimately leading to better relationships and personal growth. The 7 Habits, an overview. Stephen explains that our character is a combination of habits, which are powerful, consistent patterns that express our character and produce our effectiveness or ineffectiveness. Habits are defined as the intersection between knowledge, skill, and desire. By working on these habits, we can experience an upward process of change, which can be painful but necessary for a higher purpose. The 7 habits align with nature's laws of growth, moving us from dependence to independence and independence to interdependence. While independence empowers us to act, it is not the ultimate goal in effective living. Interdependence acknowledges our self-reliant and capable nature. And it is a choice for independent people. Habits 1, 2, and 3 help with self-mastery, while habits 4, 5, and 6 focus on personality-oriented habits like teamwork, cooperation, and communication. The habits discussed are habits of effectiveness, based on a natural law called the P/PC balance. This balance is crucial because humans control both physical and financial assets, and focusing on the P or benefit can lead to insensitivity and control. Stephen and Sean discuss the importance of the P/PC balance in organizations and how it can be applied to various situations. They emphasize the importance of respecting this balance to ensure effectiveness and customer loyalty. They suggest 2 paradigm changes: viewing the book as a companion for change and growth, and shifting one's paradigm from a learner to a teacher. Sean shares his own experience of recognizing his son's potential and treating him differently. They also discuss the see-do-get cycle, emphasizing that what you see determines what you do, and the 7 habits provide an organizing model to achieve goals and solve problems.